You might think that we ought to be able to say what information is. After all, in an era of global communications, information is the thread that ties us all together. By being able to transmit vast amounts of information rapidly from continent to continent, we have transformed a widely separated world into a single global city. The messenger on foot or on horseback has given way to the information superhighway. So just what is information, anyway? Whatever it is, information can be a valuable commodity to be collected, guarded, copied, sold, stolen, and sometimes killed for. Millions of people around the world spend their entire working day gathering, studying, and processing information. Entire industries have developed to manufacture equipment and software to store and process information. You can't open a newspaper without reading the word information. Numerous books have the word information in the title. Many people have the word information in their job titles. With information all around us, then, you would think it was a simple task to say just what it is. But when you start to look closely at this stuff called information, it seems to disappear before your eyes, leaving only a mysterious grin. Part of our difficulty in understanding information is that we are so used to dealing with information in our everyday lives that we often fail to see the complexities involved. For example, when someone approaches us in the street and says, "Do you have the time?" we look at our watch and tell them what the time is without wondering what the question really means. And yet, taken literally, the question asked requires an answer of yes or no. Why don't we take it that way? Why do we instead take the question correctly as a request to be told the time? "Do you have the time?" is so familiar that it rarely causes problems in everyday communication. We all know the intended meaning of the question. At least all native English speakers know this. Problems can and do arise when non-native speakers first encounter such idioms. But even for native speakers, there can be problems with less common phrases. The potential for misunderstanding is always present. Idiomatic use of language is not rare. It is quite normal. Contrary to what we might expect, language is almost never used literally. Given the importance of effective communication, if you are in business, regardless of your position, you need to find ways to reduce the possibility of error. To do this, you need to understand how communication takes place, how information is transmitted, from person to person, from machine to machine, and between person and machine. The majority of communication-related problems in business can be traced back to an inadequate understanding of the nature of information. The need to understand information, what it is and how it flows, is not just important for the large company with a centralized information processing unit. Whenever you have one person communicating with another, you have information flow, because communication can be regarded as a means for conveying information from one person to another. The communication can vary from making a simple statement, such as giving your name to someone you have just met, to providing someone with the plans for a new building project. Other forms of communication can also be viewed as transmissions of information. For example, questions can be regarded as conveying information. If I ask you what is the time, I convey to you the information that I want to be told the time. Persuasion is also considered to represent the transmission of information from one person or group of people to another. In fact, it has been estimated that fully 1/4 of the U.S. national product is linked solely to persuasion.